Hey everybody, happy Thursday if you're watching this. And so I'm a couple of minutes late tonight. I apologize for that, but glad to be here on another episode of Dan Plays Games from the Elder Times. And I'm your host, Dan, of course. I think we're coming near the end, of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Pool of Radiance, again from 1988. Backwards, thanks for checking in. Really good to see you tonight. I think my sense is that we're in the last part of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Pool of Radiance game that I'm personally playing through for the first time. So A, no spoilers. B, I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. But just around the time when I figure out how to play the game, it's probably going to be over. In the last session 2 weeks ago, I went into the gatehouse of, I think, the big boss area, Stojanau Gate, and I was warned that was very challenging. And I not only did I win it, I don't think I took any damage last session, which was, I guess, maybe super lucky. Maybe I get super lucky initiative rolls was part of that. I guess maybe. But maybe it's setting me up to be tricked to think that I know what I'm doing and then get massacred tonight. So let me start the game up here, of course. Hopefully this is visible on camera when it starts up. And I'll get out my handy-dandy 1988 code wheel as I get through the super advanced copy protection. Okay, so I think I've been playing this for, I play it every other week. I mean, that's not a lot. That's not super dedicated for like 2 hours at a time. But I think I've been playing this for about a year. I think we started approximately a year ago, I think. Shortly after this game showed up on Steam for the first time, I believe. So, I have been really enjoying this, honestly. I got to admit, for a game that's built on a pre-existing property, namely Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and there's the movie that's I think still out in theaters and stuff like that. Most of the time, those kinds of properties get massively editorially changed in a lot of ways. And this is a game that's, I got to admit, is very faithful. You can't be 100% perfect all the time, but man, they clearly did a lot of work trying to be faithful to first edition AD&D rules. And they really went out of their way. I think I really got to respect that. And and then there are certain. It's so close that there are some parts of this game that actually became core to our understanding of advanced D&D. For example, like calling the multiple attacks from fighters the sweep attack rule. That's that's where this terminology comes from actually. So not all games have that kind of impact. All right, so Elven Rune. Like a little squiggly, I guess it's this, and then Dwarven Rune, like a bar with a single thing. Okay, and then follow the dashed line, which says, okay, I'm getting Optawa, which is probably not right. So, okay, got it, because okay. It's the bar with a diagonal slash through it. I get it. And then the word is friend. Say friend and enter, of course. That makes so much sense. Excellent. So load up my my A game, my usual 6-person party led by my dedicated wizard Nir Jarini. And as I think about coming near the end of this game, of course you can import characters into the sequel, and I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be feasible for me, because I've had more than one person on the stream here say that the later games are much tougher and you really have to have a party with like very high ability scores, like lots of 18s and stuff like that. And I scrupulously did not do that with this party. So I'm not sure it's going to be viable later on. I don't know. You know me, I'll probably try. Hey Slater, good to see you tonight. All right, so what are we doing tonight? So the plan for tonight is to take on Valhingen Graveyard. And it's been in my mission list, my commissions, for a long time. And I've been really concerned about a place that's entirely overrun by undead. What I think the Cadorna textile house that I went through before had some undead, and I had a huge problem with it. Huge problem with it. If I've got just hordes of level draining undead, that's gonna suck. So I've been holding off on that for a while. Now the game's been trying to help me out in a couple ways. Is that they give you lots and lots of restoration scrolls. So my clerics are actually almost overburdened with sacks full of restoration scrolls, which get you back a level after you lost it permanently. So hopefully that'll help. And you know what? For encumbrance purposes, I'm not even going to mind disposing of those, frankly. And then the other thing, and you're going to hate this probably. Get ready, viewers. So the other thing is the game's actually given me two two-handed swords that have a +1 magical bonus normally and a +3 bonus against undead, which obviously is for both 2 hit and damage. And off camera in the last week, after the last session, I sold them. I got rid of them. And the problem is I already have an enormous number of magical two-handed swords, specifically with a +2 bonus. I have a whole bunch of them, actually. So I made the executive decision to have most of my party members just carrying around +2 two-handed swords in the majority. And I actually decided to, how much is the +1 bonus going to make a difference? And I actually got rid of the ones that were specific to undead. And then, of course, a day later, I was like, wait, this is the next thing I'm going to do is go to the graveyard. You probably should have kept it for like one more session. But I didn't, so sorry. Hopefully that +1, that extra +1 doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but most everybody is carting around +2 swords, which if you just grab a random monster in the monster manual would be better. But yes, I am going to Valhingen Graveyard. Now, the other thing that happened last time is I was debating between, do I go to Stojanau Gate, the front vestibule to the final castle, or the graveyard. And I think I had 1 or 2 people in the chat here last time saying that they found Stojanau Gate to be harder than Valhingen Graveyard. And I was, as usual, I'm a little bit contrarian. So I went to Stojanau Gate instead, and I don't think I took any damage and cleared the whole place out. Probably got super lucky. So you have me convinced, right? So you have me convinced based on that I can take Valhingen Graveyard no problem now. Clearly, it's going to be a cakewalk, and I'm going to go through that like a hot knife through butter. Probably not. But we're going to try it. So we're going to try the horrible undead graveyard here tonight. That's my goal. Hopefully I can, if I can clear that out in one night, that would be spectacular. And then after that, I think it's the main, after I do that, then the main thing is Valhavo Castle, which is, I think, the final area. Looks pretty big in the journal that you get with the game. But that'll be another night. And of course, if there's a trap door around the boss, we'll all remember that there's a Medusa down the trap door, because we had some NPC last time that just went on and on and on and on and on about that. But that's probably next time. So I've got everybody healed up on screen here, and you can see got full hit points. I've got all my magic spells back. I've distributed magic items again, so most everybody's got a +2 sword. I got my movement up. Which was part of why I did that. So most everybody's got full movement, basically. Tried to level people up, and I'm hitting the level caps here at this point. So my cleric, my dedicated cleric Harton, who is 6th level, he's got enough. He got enough XP for 7th level last time, and just to confirm, I went to the training facility, and the game will not let a spellcaster get to 7th level. So Harton's maxed out at 6th level, just like my wizard Nirjarini, my magic user, if you will. And the other thing that I felt a little bit stupid about last time is that I was trying to get Griffith leveled up, because he, on screen last time, because he has enough experience, 34,000 ought to be enough for 6th level cleric. And the training was not letting me do that. And then, of course, afterwards I was like, well, duh, Griffith is a half-elf, and the racial limitations in 1st edition AD&D is a half-elf can only be a 5th level cleric maximum. So Griffiths hit the demi-human limit for cleric, and that's as good as he's going to get, at least in cleric. So that's what was happening last time. I think probably someone in the chat said that, and I didn't catch on to exactly what they were saying at that moment. So Valhingen Graveyard, got a whole bunch, and I'll just check in on the like if I look at Griffith here, all those scrolls, they're mostly all restoration scrolls. And if I check in on Harton, same story. So there's Harton with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scrolls there, and they're mostly restoration. I won't go into it. You know what it is. So I can take a little bit of level loss. You know, I hate doing that, but I can take a little bit of level loss and get it back, and we'll see how that goes. So how do I get to Valhingen Graveyard? I guess I have to go around the city. I guess it's outside. It's totally on the other side of the river to the northwest. So I guess I have to go outside the city, I guess, to get around there. I've been really worried about this for a long time, frankly, so can't delay it anymore. I have no Slater. You're asking about fireballs on scrolls. I have my wizards. I think altogether my wizards have memorized about 4 fireballs. I think it's obvious. It's my primary 3rd level spell. Let me just go check actually. So here's Nirjarini's spell load. She has 2 fireballs. Again, maxed out at 6th level for spellcasters here. So that's the best you can do with a character here. And then I think Cadell and Maelwyn have 1 each, I think. So at 5th level, right, they're going to have 1. Thanks for checking. Thanks for asking. It's actually not bad for me to check that I actually did memorize all the spells. So as you can see, I've maxed out every single 3rd level magic user slot I have tapped into for a fireball. You know, okay, so undead, are they now? They're obviously immune to sleep, so that's not going to do them any good. This is an interesting point. Are they affected by Stinking Cloud? You know, if I was DM, I'd probably say no. Well, this is an interesting point. I'm so hyper focused on the fireballs that I didn't think about my other spells actually. Going through my player's handbook here, just looking at Stinking Cloud. It says any creature caught within the cloud must save versus poison or be helpless due to nausea. So, you know, I'd probably, if I was making an ad hoc call, I'd say undead aren't affected, but I think it's not going to make a difference here. So, but the sleep spells, should I swap those? Should I swap those out for magic missiles or something? I guess I probably should, right? Let me go swap out the sleep spells. Just get back to this inn where I usually stay. Is that not a door there? So anyway, just to recap Slater's question there, I've got 4 fireballs memorized. I might have maybe 1, maybe 2 on a scroll. I have a wand. Nirjarini has a wand of lightning bolts. I don't know how many charges are in it. So those are my primary area effect things that can affect undead, obviously. So swap out the spells is the idea. Get rid of the sleeps. Is this right? This is right? Maybe I'll just keep 1 in case I run into something else along the way. Stinking Cloud and Strength. I'm assuming that Stinking Cloud works, and therefore so I'm going to load up on magic missiles at the 1st level. past the other stuff. Now, enlarge is at first level. I don't know if I should take multiple enlarges. Hey, Julian. Good to see you tonight. Hey, William. I'm going to say hi to all of the handles. Okay, so obviously Charm Person would be the worst thing I could take. Oh, Melvin doesn't have Magic Missile in her spellbook. So I guess I'm going to take all enlarges. Okay, well I'll take one sleep just in case I run into something else, and I'll take 2 enlarges. I think that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to try to remember that. I don't usually have so many enlarges, so I can be very liberal with that. So I'll just go all Magic Missile for her. And of course, Magic Missile has no save in standard D&D. When I run original D&D, I just flat out say everything that can negatively apply to you gets a save. So sometimes players are surprised in my games that even Magic Missile you get a save for half damage, which is a little non-standard. But original D&D technically doesn't say one way or the other. So get out of here and save the game before I do something really stupid. All right, that's what we're going with tonight. Off to the terrifying graveyard. I suppose in a perfect world you'd arrange this episode for Halloween, but I don't have that capacity. Round trip passage is 1 platinum piece. What passage can I sell you? I'm going to the terrible graveyard, which is across the bay, sir. Catch the boat at the end of the pier. Keep your life preserver on. Okay, so boarding a boat, crossing the river. I'm on the eastern edge of the city, north-south entrances into the city. In a small boat, you can take to the civilized area. So I am going to leave and go around to this place I've never been. So I think this... This map doesn't resemble... Is that the graveyard to the west? I mean, it looks like it kind of... So this doesn't match what's in the Adventurers Journal. It ought to be northwest on the other side of the river, but it kind of... Just the graphic kind of looks like there's graveyard stuff on the west. So I'm going to take a stab that that's it, I guess. What? What is happening? What? That wasn't I expected. Okay, so I'm on the... How did I... What? I walked all the way... What? This is being if I'm on the eastern edge of the city, that implies I just walked through the city from one end to the other without... What the hell? Well, now I don't know how to get there. Okay, so... What? Oh, man, I'm surprised a group of sturges. You know, it'd be great against a bunch of sturges would be like a sleep spell. Can I flee? I just don't want to deal with this. Oh, the monsters flee. Okay, that's good. So if it's... I'm on the north edge of the city. Will you enter the northern city gates or enter the graveyard? Okay, that's how you get it. Great, enter the graveyard. Whew, all right, bam. Oh, creepy. Super creepy. Fierce gusts of wind howl past, and the ground shakes as peals of thunder rock the land. The swirling murk hides what lies ahead. Well, that's kind of signaling. See, this is what I was worried about. I didn't want any of this. Oh, Jesus Christ! Until an explosion of lightning reveals the nightmare scene of a graveyard turned upside down. Damn. Can I get an overhead view? Okay. Got it. So I'm entering from the west. Ugh. That's a complicated bunch of stuff there is what that is. All right. So usually I try to scout out the outbuildings again, make sure I'm not going to get surrounded by stuff that creeps up behind me. I'm not entirely sure what the outbuildings are here. Okay, so these. Okay, I see. Creepy. Can I walk over here? Okay, so I'm standing on people's graves at this point. Great. Already I'm doing so great. Ugh. Man, this just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, geez. Okay, that's the classic monster manual skeleton. Skeletons silently attack. Yes. In original D&D, that's canon. I think supplement 2 says the undead are always silent. Okay. Okay, note to self, don't forget to turn undead. Which I tend to do. Man, you know, I wish I had a sleep spell right now. I wish sleep would work, right? I guess turn undead is my best analog, I suppose. Now, of course, skeletons have in AD&D have this clause that they take half damage from sharp weapons or something like that. I'm gonna cheat here and pull up my monster manual. Sorry, everybody. Skeletons suffer only 1/2 damage from sharp and/or edged weapons such as spears, daggers, or swords. So at some long ago, prior time when I was working in the so-called keep area that has a bunch of undead, I did some stats on what the best weapon was, and I think I was carrying around Morning Stars for a while for that session. Got rid of them afterwards, and now I think the two-handed swords are probably as good as anything, I'm guessing. Now, obviously, Harton's got a mace. Let's try to turn. Oh, right. Oh, geez. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I haven't fought undead in a long time, and this now operates very differently. This operates very differently now that Harton can just wipe them out of existence at will. That's nice. I'm just going to go in and check what equipment we have. I think this is probably the best I've got here with this short sword. Yeah, so he's carrying around a short sword and a hand axe. Should I have stocked up on Morning Stars for some of my guys? I don't know. Let's try this. Okay, that's definitely half damage. All right. Okay, so this is a good opportunity. Let's test whether Stinking Cloud works against undead, is what we're doing right now. Interesting he could just walk right through that. And of course, Griffith here has a longsword +4, which I'm pretty sure just basically counteracts the half damage, I think, is what I've got going on here, I think. Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? Ah, the undead. I always think of, okay, it seems like they're going through that stinking cloud freely, which I haven't seen other monsters do. So it seems like, unfortunately, and also reasonably, they're not affected by it. Good to know before I get in some more critical situation. Can I step around? Yes, I can. Okay. Just go around that barrier from the backside. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? So what do those guys have? They must have like 4 or 5 hit points. Just kind of 5 hit points. So one of the things that I've like in my Book of War game that we run alternate Thursdays, obviously with our good friend Dan Cullinan. You know, I've run in the past. I don't usually have it in the core rule book, but I have, you know, rules for hordes of skeletons and zombies that I've run. And the problem, you know, just as a game design problem with undead, is that the fights tend to be long. Is that, you know, they have a bunch of immunities, and particularly for the war game, the main thing is that they don't, you know, they're fearless and don't check morale. And that just makes for kind of a long slog of a game. So I think that like this fight is probably going to be kind of in that zone. I can't sleep them, right? I can't shortcut the fight with a bunch of sleep spells. I guess magic. I guess so. Stinking Cloud isn't doing anything. That's good to know. I guess I'll just use some magic missiles. Is what I'll do. I wish I could split that up, right? In normal D&D, you could split your missiles up, but this interface is not letting me do that. Now, admittedly, right, I should... So I wanted to check in on Griffith's sword wielding, but yeah, I guess I should use Griffith's turning, shouldn't I? And of course, William, you're talking about in Book of War is what you're talking about. Yes, there's no way in my game to turn because I wiped out the clerics. You're right. Maybe that's a problem of my own making. That can't be. That wouldn't be a terrible mistake, would it? I think I made a huge mistake. You know, I think Nirjarini is just going to go bash these guys' heads in. She's ironically, she's one of my strongest characters. So, how about she just go get in the fray? Well, that didn't work. Oh man. All right. Jeez. That is a lot of attacks that Rollin's taking. Once this fight's over, I'm going to do some math and consider re-equipping my guys. Thing is, if I do that, right, if I get blunt weapons, they're only good against skeletons, right? That doesn't give you any bonus against any other undead type. So here's Griffith, and I'm gonna have Griffith turn here. Okay, so interesting difference between 5th level and 6th level cleric, right? My 6th level cleric Harton can destroy these guys, but my 5th level cleric Griffith is just auto turning them, I guess. Damn it. Nice. Oh. I got a backstab on that skeleton. That's nifty. Okay, don't walk into the stinking cloud, guys. I will, done delay? Wait, see if I can get Rollin out of the way. Okay, this is informative that the stinking cloud isn't doing anything to these guys, which unfortunately makes sense. It is of course a saving throw versus poison for the stinking cloud nausea, and many undead pieces of text say that they're immune to poison, so that sort of makes sense. Well, like, okay. So I'm back to Griffiths. I guess I'm at the end of the turn here. Okay, so you can backstab. You can backstab undead. I think that's on my mind because you couldn't in 3rd edition. Right, in 3rd edition they called it sneak attack, and that was prohibited against undead. If I recall correctly. Damn. Good. So as usual, Rollin's way down in hit points. All right, so I want to get on the opposite side of Rollin so he gets sneak attacks, backstabs. That's nice. These guys are AC 7. How is Nirjarini missing 5 times in a row? Those numbers don't check out. Doesn't make sense. Okay, that's what I was looking for. It's funny, all my non-fighters look really great in this fight. Oh, there goes the stinking cloud. Nice. Okay, so Griffith with the super magic sword is putting them down with one shot, and pretty much none of the other fighters were with their swords. And so lessons from that fight, Stinking Cloud doesn't work. My damage isn't great with the swords. Tiny bit of experience from one hit die creatures, of course. Okay, let me just do a little math here. So if I have a two-handed sword plus 2... Of course, there's the hit bonus. I guess that's non-trivial. And against medium-sized opponents, it's 1d10, I guess, is the base damage, which is an average of 5.5, and then add 2 for the magic, and you're up to 7.5, and then you have that, and you're at 3.75, 3.3 or 4 points, which is not enough to put down a skeleton. But if I took a Morning Star, the average damage would be 5, which would be enough to put down a skeleton. But I wouldn't have the hit bonus. It seems like that's worth it, actually. I feel like I kind of want that. So maybe for my secondary fight, so I'm going to go back to town and I'm going to swap out the Stinking Clouds for something more useful. I'm going to heal up, and I think I'm going to grab some Morning Stars for the characters that need them. And of course now that little bit I said at the top of the show of like hoping that the +1 that from the swords I got rid of doesn't make a difference. That actually would make a difference for this calculation I'm making right now, of course. Okay, that's good. So I'm glad I got that. That's not the way out. This is the way out. All right. Okay, so leave so I can go around. Leave again so I can go around. Like that. Okay, so I'll take the boat back into the safe part of the town. Boat me. Okay. Right. Okay, let's go heal up first. I'll grab some extra weapons. All right, so it's the Stinking Clouds that right, cast the stuff that I don't want. So this could go away. This can go away. So little science experiment note. Try to modify just one thing at a time. Get in one small fight with your new monster, and don't bite off more than you can chew. Would probably be good advice. So now what do I take? So then the only thing that does anything is strength. So got a bunch of strengths and larges now. Okay, invisibility, mirror image, ray of enfeeblement. Okay, so Melwyn doesn't have strength, but she has invisibility and mirror image. I never find a good use for ray of enfeeblement. It's kind of a weird spell that reduces strength, and like monsters don't even have a strength stat. So, and the ability scores don't make that much a difference in the mid range anyway. So, well, I guess I'll take one of both. I mean, what are the chances that I run into anything that's not undead here? I guess I can't bet on it, so I'll take one of both and see if I can make some use of that. Okay, so magic missiles, what I'm taking here. And the Near Jarini has knock, ray of enfeeblement, the Stinking Cloud that doesn't do anything, shield. Oh, that's it. Ooh, that's a shitty second level library. Oh man, should I have been scribing more stuff? Should I scribe stuff right now? Should I scribe stuff into my spell book right now? I'm going to look up my list of what's on the scrolls, which may or may not be up to date. I'm not seeing any great second level. Detect invisibility? That's second level? Looking at other people's. Friends is not going to do anything. Maelwyn has a scroll of invisibility. Cadell has detect invisibility. And a scroll of strength. Okay, so maybe, so if Cadell hands over the scroll of strength, and maybe Maelwyn, maybe hand over those 2 scrolls by Cadell. I think that might be useful. Okay, we'll see if I'm even remembering how to do this interface right. So go to Cadell. Make sure I get the right 2 scrolls. So the last two. Okay, so in order to do this, I have to drop this. Look at this. Yeah, okay, there's strength there. And in... Oh, it was detect invisibility. That's not what I want. Okay, so trade this over to her. Pick up the 2-handed sword. And then here. So it's the second to last scroll. It's got invisibility on it. Yeah, okay. So trade that over. Trade that over. Pick this up. Okay, how do I scribe? So magic, scribe. There we go. So I want next. It's going to be down here. That's a lot of scrollage. Okay, so I want this invisibility spell. And I also want strength. Yes. Okay, so I think I have those in my book now, if I'm not mistaken. Then, of course, I have to undo that. Say I'm doing it again. And then... What? Why are they not here? So didn't I just scribe invisibility? Am I misusing the scribe interface? Or I have to rest to do it? I have to rest before I scribe them. Maybe that's it. Rest. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. So now I can get in there. No, not that. This. I can get in there and I can memorize those spells. Great. Maybe 2 strength spells. How about that? Okay. Is there anything else? I mean, you guys have any advice about anything else that I should take as stuff that I can memorize at will? Like, I have half a mind that invisibility 10-foot radius at 3rd level. You know, so I get the impression, because there was just a huge outcry a couple sessions ago where I used the Dust of Disappearance to get my to narrowly avoid a TPK in Gentil Keep or Zahentil Keep. So if I could at will make my whole party invisible, that might be nice. But that would be taking a slot away from Fireball. Maybe later, maybe after the undead fight. I don't think slow is super useful. I guess I haven't been taking haste a lot. Maybe if I hasted my whole party and gave them all double attacks in this game, that would be nice. Protection from evil, 10-foot radius. That doesn't have, I mean, that gives you some ace armor and saving throws, but I don't think there's anything particularly special against the undead, I don't think. And of course I have to go to the cleric section, which references it, the way this is set up. Okay, preventing bodily contact from creatures of an enchanted or conjured nature, which is of course where we always get to interpret this, such as aerialist servants, demons, devils, Jinn, Efreet, elementals, imps, invisible stalkers, night hags, quasits, salamanders, water weeds, windwalkers, and Zorn. Okay, and there's no skeleton zombies, basic undead there. Okay, -2 from them hitting, +2 on your saving throws. That doesn't seem like a game changer for undead. I guess that's all the scribing I'm gonna do for now. Invisibility, 10-foot radius. You know, I'm gonna scribe that, and even though I'm not gonna use it in this session, I feel like that'd be really nice to be able to do on a regular basis. Oh, I already have that. Okay. Should I hand that to, well, I want other people with fireballs, I guess, so I'm okay with that. Rest. I guess okay, and how much do I need to get up to hit points? Cadell needs 14, Rollin needs 13, and Maelwyn needs 2. So I think I said 14 was the highest number. Rest. Rest. Days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 14. Rest. Okay. Why is my coaster sticking to my cup? Stop that. And the one other thing is I think I am going to pick up, I mean, maybe those are the only skeletons I'll fight in the whole place, but I am going to pick up some Morning Stars for my backup fighters, namely Cadell, Rollin, and Maelwyn. I think is the plan. Save this. Do not show you our wares? Yes. Specifically, show me your finest Morning Stars, please, sir. Or other blunt weaponage. And hopefully it doesn't reduce my movement. Here it is. Buy that. Ah, for Pete's sake. Tell you what, how about shuffle around my money. Buy next. Of course, she's overstocked. Oh. Trade to Cadell. I get right 1 platinum, right? 1 single platinum is what I'm doing right now. And then Rollin. Okay, now I will say one thing about this interface here. So for the first time ever, right there, it was useful to go back to the trade to whom window when I was trading and hit exit. Like literally for an entire year, I've been frustrated by you go trade, pick a person, trade the thing, hit exit, and then you're back at the pick the person that you're going to trade to, and you have to hit exit a second time. And the fact here that I wanted to distribute 1 platinum each to the rest of my party that was actually useful and has never ever been useful before. So, okay. Thanks for small things, interface developers. So then I can go here, and then Cadell can buy. What? Am I not in the buying anymore? Did I exit? Ah, for Pete's sake. Can I show you our where? Yeah, that's what I wanted all along. Okay, so get that. Get that. Get that. Okay, so I want to see what their movement is. So Cadell is still at 12. Good. Rollin was at 9, and he's still at 9, and no one's at 12. Okay, so it's not changing their movement any. I like that. So I have, it's not what I'm carrying right this second, but if I run into skeletons again, I will pick up the Morning Stars to bash them in. I think I'm okay with that. Okay. Just camp here and save. All right. Let's try that. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. Ye old Harbor Master. You're looking good. You're looking good these days, Harbor Master. Round trip passage is 1 platinum piece. What passages can I sell you? We are going across the bay, sir. Catch the boat at the end of the pier. Yeah, how many times do you not recognize me? I'm like your best customer, I think. You boarding a boat. Okay. I've at least survived Valhingen Graveyard with no level drain for one single turn of combat. So leave, go around, come in the north. Will you enter the northern city gates or enter the graveyard? I'm surprised that there's 2 options here. I guess that makes sense. I guess you could go into the Koval Mansion area, I guess, from here. I guess that makes sense. Alrighty. Yes. Terrifying. Damn. It got me again. I didn't even have the image there. What are those lights in the sky? I mean, like, I hope they're not like, they look like eyeballs, and that really bothers me. Okay, let me, I'm going to continue my like scout out the side of the graveyard plan here. Okay, well, there's a thing. All right, let's try this. Noxious fumes tear at your throat as you crunch through piles of dried bones. Maelwyn is hit for 10 points of damage. Damn, that's not kidding around. Damn. Is that a one-time thing, or is that... And of course, I might go through my whole party. Are they all going to get hit by that? That's happened in the past. Okay, so just Maelwyn. That's gross. Somebody heal her, please. For, yeah, 1 hit point, of course. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so I rolled 1, 1, and 3. You know, it's funny. It is something that I actually kind of like in... I think about this in original D&D. The Cure Light Wound spell did 1d6 plus 1 hit points back, whereas in AD&D it's 1d8. And obviously the average is the same. But man, getting a 1 really hurts. Really sucks. And for some reason, getting like twice as much in original D&D minimum just feels not as yucky. So every time I get a 1, which seems like fully half the time here with my cure spells, I think, oh, I wish I was playing original D&D and I'd get twice as much. Okay, gonna go forward here. Hopefully there's no more friggin' poison gas I can't avoid. All right, I guess I'm going to a dungeon area, I guess. Oh, Jesus. Oh, crap. You surprise a shadowy form creating new skeletons. So I guess that's a specter, which is really just one step below a vampire, which is hideous. Okay, it's giving me an option to combat, wait, flee, or parley. I mean, I've parlayed, I think, with some kind of spirit in the past successfully, but if this guy's evil enough to be creating new skeletons, and man, this is creepy. I hate the graphic, and B, I hate that he's making skeletons, so I'm gonna combat this guy. Bam. Have at you, sir. Okay. Okay, am I going to get jumped by some... So it's trying to tell me, oh, you're only fighting one thing. That's not too bad, is it? That's not too bad. And then is it going to jump me with like a million things on the next round? Okay, but specters, they drain 2 levels, right? So I want that guy down as fast as possible. 38 hit points. Like this alone could be really painful. I can't use a fireball because I'd be hitting my own party. What are my options? I'm going to cast Enlarge on the frontline fighter. Try to get as much damage in as possible. Like Mr. Griffith. Be enlarged. And then near Jerini, I'm going to move to give people some options for movement. Like over here. And then... I feel like I'm doing a Keith Amon monsters know what they're doing calculation in my head of like how many rounds am I going to get the advantage of an enlarge versus or strength versus tapping him with damage right now. So I guess I'm assuming I don't have to touch somebody for strength. I do have to touch somebody for strength, of course. Try this. Camp only spell. Huh. Camp only spell for strength. That's unexpected. Did I camp only spell? Huh. Let me Now, strength lasts a while. Strength lasts for basically an hour per level, so it would last for effectively 6 hours. So I guess I see that. For what it's worth, in my game, I just say, what do I say? Say 1 day? I just say 1 day flat for that spell. Not what I expected there. So then what can I do? Anything? Okay, then it's just magic missile. Move back here. Unless I want to use... I'm thinking about using that wand of lightning. So like a Spectre I want down pretty fast. So how about if I move down here and yeah, right. There's William's talking about the little tweak I make, which works well in our games for what it's worth. My players are pretty happy of cast strength, and particularly like in a wilderness game, I just say whatever you rolled that time, that's what you're getting every day. I think I have a bit of a tweak in the new edition, but not a big change. Undo that. Ready? Not that. This. Have some lightning. Yeah, 24 points. That's pretty good. Oh, there's the bounce. Oh, that's the bounce. People have been telling me about that, right? That the lightning bounces like that. So I hit him twice. Oh man, I'm glad I picked the right direction. Well, there you go. So I guess as an enlarge spell I blew that I didn't have to. That's how you do that. I feel like that was a good use, right? I get 48 points out of that one shot. No chance of taking the double level drain. I feel like that was worthwhile. I feel like that was profitable. That was very nice. Once again, I feel like all the other party members are just really happy to have Nir Jarini as the leader of like, yeah, another good call, ma'am. Back when she saved literally the entire party's solo from Zental Keep, kind of on that in that general folder. Anything interesting to take? Interesting. Okay, so 2,000 gold, 555 platinum. Now, obviously, take the jewelry. Is this even worthwhile taking anymore? Can Griffith take that? His movement is 12. Is it even worthwhile taking that now? Anybody get advice on that? What do you think about? Should I take this? Should I take this coinage? I think I've dumped about that amount at this point. But boy, it hurts. It hurts to think about letting that go. All right, so Griffith grabbed all the platinum, and he's still at full movement. Of course, he's enlarged and he's gauntleted. He's ogre power gauntleted in order to adjectify that. A weird series of words. Should I take the gold? I mean, let's try it. Okay, now he's at minimum movement, so that wasn't great. What happens if I trade all of this over to Nir Jarini? No, that doesn't work. I'm going to dump the gold. That might be crazy. I feel like this is like a situation where you're throwing a billion-dollar fighter jet off an aircraft carrier because you need something else to launch in the next 20 minutes. It kind of hurts, but it's like I need to be mobile. Okay. Okay, full movement. Great. Gonna do that. What are there items probably? I do want to go back. Oh, I see. If I drop it, it just drops it back into the treasure pool there. Okay. So I'm not seeing any items there. So let's exit. I will not go back for that gold. Let me do a little search around this room. Actually, let me camp and save as my B game while I'm in a threatened area. You know, how about I cast strength? How about I do some strength casting while I'm here? I figure maybe I'll put it on Cadell. And I'll put it on Malin, I guess. They might be casting spells once in a while. Is that the best thing? Hearten casts a lot of Cure Light Wounds. I mean, Rollin has nothing to do except hit things, so put her out on him. Rollin just backstabs and takes damage. I'm here to backstab and take damage, and I'm all out of hit points. Okay, we'll go with that. Now I'm going to search the room a little bit, just in case there's anything useful. I'm not seeing anything useful. Okay, so I guess hopefully that's it. Okay. Please no poison. All right, let's just save that now that I'm out of there. Okay, so hopefully less skeletons. Hopefully that's it. Malin. Right, down by about 5. Okay. You find some undead. Probably ghouls is what this looks like in the graphic. Paralyzing ghouls. Okay, so there's always so I could call combat and it'd be kind of at a distance, or I could advance and be in melee. I would definitely rather be at a distance. So I'm going to call combat. If I can throw some fireballs, I think I would be happy to do that. Zombies. Okay, that's different. Is it worthwhile to use fireballs on a bunch of zombies? They got AC 8, their hit points 10. They don't have they're slow. They don't have the skeleton protection from edged attacks. Tends to be like kind of a kitchen butchery job getting through zombies. I feel like I'm gonna forego the fireballs. I think. Doing some math here on my hits. So, like with a two-handed sword, 5.5 plus 2, 7.5 damage average. So probably take 2 hits each. How many can I turn? Maybe 2 or 3 each. Let's try this. Let's try this without the fireballage. Anything else that's interesting? All right, just for a little bit, I'm going to shoot these guys a little bit. Get 2 shots per round, so maybe that's useful. And they're out of range. Okay. Can I turn from this far away? Nice. That's not bad. You know what? I want to specifically take off the lightning bolt wand. I haven't used ranged weapons in a while. I've kind of gotten off that, but this is clear. This is clearly a good opportunity for that. How about you? Turn. Nice. Very nice. Super. Is that everything? Okay, Griffith, that's good turning. Well, I think that, what is that roll? Is that like a 1d12 roll in AD&D, I think? It looks like he got about 8 or so. Trying to get my guys in range here for missile attacks. Doesn't look like it does not seem to report who's turned. Just hit that guy. I think he turned everybody. And I'm going to have to knock them all down because their escape is blocked. Interesting. That's an interesting way for that fight to progress. Wacky. So if I walk up to one of them, do they get to fight back? You know, I'm gonna test that once. I'm actually gonna have Griffith just step up to one of them. So I'm going to have Near Journey pull out her normal darts and see if I can take this guy down. Ah, 1 hit point left. And of course, Harton doesn't have any missile weapons, although he's got a magic missile wand, but I don't want to use that. Man, that was a powerful turn. All of a sudden, I've got Thriller going through my head for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, there's Griffith. Okay, so just getting in range of 1. Does he get a guard attack? Seems like no. Here, have an enormous amount of damage. I guess Harton can join in with that action, I guess. It's dope. Perfect. Okay. Man, I'm still jazzed about that lightning bolt. That was just perfect timing, perfect placement. You know, do I have more movement? Okay, so I'm gonna just use melee weapons and save my missiles. Pick up the shield. Now, admittedly, near Jarini, I'm not going to put in, just in case I'm misinterpreting what's happening, I'm going to not put her in melee distance. $18 points of damage. That is pretty sweet. $11 from melee. Nice. Okay, all right. So if they're turned and they're turned and they're trapped, they are not making any attacks of any sort. I'm gonna write that down in case I forget that. I guess it was with like the morale break, right? That's different from, even though they both say they have to flee, that seems different than a morale break where they were turning on me if I made attacks. I guess that's the difference that I'm trying to confirm there. You know what? Okay, so that seems pretty safe at this point. So put down the darts, of which I don't have many. And just go club this guy in the head. His rotting head. Nice. Great. Okay, great. Okay, well yeah. If there was some way to make undead turn away, that's very useful. Very useful. All right, a little bit of XP there. No treasure. That seems okay. Save that. All right, so my customary plan would be play for another half hour or so. Seems like this is going pretty well. Okay, so this is the south end of the graveyard. Let's see what's in here. Hopefully no more poison gas. Or at least, oh, interesting. Okay, kind of a crypt thing there. I'm not finding anything of note. Okay. All right. So seems like that's it for that little spot. So you can see I'm doing my usual thing. I try to scout out the exterior and see what's, you know, if I have to retreat or escape, see what the surrounding area is, and kind of dig into the center later. Oh, shit. What is this? Yeah, creepy. More zombies. Oh, gee, God. That's... This video is going to need one of those warnings about flashing lights now. Zombies shuffle down the stairs. Yeah. Yeah, okay. More zombies. Okay, so all right. So it seems like turn and melee is not like a bad series of options. So here's Rollin. Just hack at somebody. Anything interesting? Magic missile? Again, fireball's no good because we're squeezed up against the wall here. I'd hit my own guys. I mean, geez, that's a lot of zombies. Okay, so what if I pulled out the Wand of Lightning and I went around the side here and I caught these guys in a perfect line? Is that worth a charge? It seems like I'm mostly just making the fight go shorter. Let's, you know, hey. Let's try that. Okay, that's totally what I'm doing. I'm not entirely sure how the aiming works. Let me see what the book says. Oh, okay. So of course in advanced D&D you have these complicated options. The stroke can be either a forking bolt 1 inch wide and 4 inches long, or a single bolt a half an inch wide and 8 inches long. If a 12th level magic user casts a spell at its maximum range, 16 inches in this case, and the stroke would begin at 16 inches and flash outward from there, a fork bolt going 20 inches and ending at 24 inches. Okay, got it. Okay, so in these rules, what you pick is where the closest part is and extends beyond that. So, because this interface isn't giving me an option to pick the two things, of course. That's not a great rule, honestly. So I'm assuming it's the 8-inch version, I guess. So I'll just shoot at the closest guy. So use this, see what I can do here. I agree. I am absolutely following the funsies rule here. So manual, do this, target him. We'll see if this either goes 4 inches beyond it or 8 inches beyond it. Probably 8. Ooh, nice damage. 26. Okay, 2. You know what they say, the best kill is overkill. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's going 8, right? Oh, what? It went 5? Did it go 5 or did it go 4? Seems like there was a guy here, right? So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. 5? That's not an option. What is 5? 5? So it's either 4 or 8. Where'd they get 5? That's weird. Okay, well that was not quite the effect I was hoping for. I'm amazed that I got the bounce back on the Spectre then. I must have been exactly the right range of, like, I guess he must have been 2 inches away from the wall or something. Any one extra space and that wouldn't have happened. Fascinating. Anyway, so here's Hearten and Turning. Only got one. Okay. Guess he must have rolled like a 2 on his D12 probably. Checking out what I got here. So hopefully when Griffith comes around, he can get a better turn result. I was really hoping with the lightning that I was going to wipe out that whole row there, that whole front row. Apparently not. Now, I will say that the more they stack up on that side, on this left-hand side, the more it starts to argue in favor of a fireball. Okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to at least wait until Griffith gets his turn on. His turn on his turn. Okay, so here's Griffith turning. So I guess he can probably get up to 6, maybe? I don't know. It's not by hit dice, right? It's just a flat 1d12 creatures, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's average. 7, good. 8. Nice, 9. Jeez, that's great. Wow, 10. Okay. Man, Griffiths is the turn artist. Nifty. Okay, so that probably argues against the fireball now, I guess. Is anybody damaged? Show me somebody who's damaged. Nobody damaged. Okay, now what does she do? I mean, I could use lightning to wipe out like these 4 guys here. I don't know if that's useful. Four zombies for a lightning bolt charge. Oh, I could try to line up here and get another 5. I could throw a fireball around here and get a bunch. Slightly risky with my guys standing there. And this okay, so presumably this counts as indoors, so it would be like radius 3 with the edges cut off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, right where I've got my cursor would be a fireball safe place. And be catching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and whoever's over here, 8, 9. Some of them are turned. Are you catching 9 in a fireball? You know, okay, so I'm probably gonna, for time purposes, I'm probably going to not get all the way through the graveyard here. So, you know, let's just see what a fireball would do. You know, an unused fireball is just no good for anybody. Right, gotta wait on that, eh? So here's Harton. Great. Okay, fireballing. What do they call it when you throw a grenade? Fire in the hole, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So here, I think is safe. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here. I think is the plan. Okay, if I'm miscalculating here, I apologize to my guys for the fire I'm about to hit you with. Bam. Is that... Oh, is that out of range? Are you kidding me? Oh, that hurts. Why? Oh, it's this wall here is blocking it. Oh, poopy. That's shitty. That is not a legitimate targeting space. Okay, so then in that case, I have to go here. I have to go here to make sure that Cadell's not in it. 2, 3, that's too close. Here's where I'll do it. Oh man, I hope I don't hit Harden. Oh, interesting. Wow, that wasn't even very good damage. I think I might be hitting Harden by accident, aren't I? Oh, no. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Good call, everybody. All right. So now Rollin, and we know he can get backstabs, so... Okay, you know what I gotta do? I go here. Actually, I guess I'll just stay here, and then somebody can move down to the other side of that zombie if I need to. So how about here? Gross. So obviously I'm being a little dicey with Griffith here, but he does have an armor class of -3. I think that was a worthwhile fireball, right? Ooh, they're trying to flee towards me. That's good. And I'm getting a lot of 9s. Getting a lot of 9 damage on these 10 hit points zombies. Right, that guy's fleeing. That guy's safe for me to chase after. Oh, wait, what? What? That guy attacked back. What the hell? Well, if that's the case, I better go wipe that guy out. I'm not going to attack back now. Weird, they're fleeing at me. Everything's reversed for undead. Ouch. Including the direction, including what fleeing means. Oof, 18 points. Nice. Now, one thing I gotta remember is to actually give Nirjarini a melee weapon if I'm attacking in melee. So, pick up the quarterstaff. I think I screwed that up on the last round, didn't I? Is that everything? Is that everybody? I guess it is. Okay, so... Okay, so what I used 1 lightning charge there. I guess the area is only 5. That seems like a slightly surprising alteration. Now, look, in the book. And I really don't think this is a good design, honestly. In the book here, in AD&D, it says lightning bolt can either go 4 inches or 8 inches. And And look, if I actually support not having the two options, but wouldn't you make it 6? Like if you had to pick like it's sort of 4 and it's sort of 8, wouldn't you pick the average and call it 6? Why would you call it 5? Some kind of reasoning there that I'm not seeing. Okay, am I good to continue here? So Griffiths is down by 4, and Cadell's down by 5, and Maelwin's down by 5, and Harton's down by 7. Okay, so Harton can take a cure spell, I would say. I'll cast it from Griffith. Please don't be 1. Oh, fully healed. Okay, so I either rolled a 7 or an 8. Okay, that's good. All right, so we'll call this good to keep going. Can't save B. So I used one lightning charge. I used 1 fireball. I think that's okay. Giant bunch of zombies. Let's see this place where they came out of. A zombie with gray, leathery, hard skin gazes at you with hate-filled eyes. Weird. Weird. Ugh. Yeah. What's going on? 1 zombie? What's their deal? Oh shit, a Juju zombie, 24 hit points. That's was it about 4 hit dice? 9, 18, 5 hit dice? Right. So that's that's interesting. I thought that was right, that's from the Monster Manual 2, right? That's supposedly the result you get when somebody gets level drained. Like if you cast the energy drain spell. They turn one of these 5 hit die zombie types. I don't think they have extra stuff. Right? I don't think they drain energy. Am I allowed to look this up? I'm gonna look. Okay, I'm gonna just mostly out of curiosity. I'm gonna look this up. So I think that's the situation. I think they're 5 hit dice. I don't think they drain energy, but it's the energy drain that I really don't want to unwittingly walk into. Okay, Juju Zombie. No, their hit dice are 3 plus 12. Their hit dice are 3d8 plus 12, which is just a bonkers hit die expression. Okay, need magic to hit them. The result of an energy drain thing. They have better armor class, move quickly, climb like 6th level thieves. And they attack as if they were 6 hit die monsters. Okay, so that was, I guess, what was in my head there. They can hurl weapons. They can discharge a bow or a crossbow. Have to be hit by this. The piercing or blunt weapons only do 1/2 normal damage. Piercing or blunt weapons. Okay, but I guess like a sword doesn't count as piercing, I guess. So probably that's okay. Right, okay, only cleaving weapons do normal damage. For example, axes, broad or bastard, or 2-handed swords. Which I have a lot of, right? Obviously, undead things. Fire does 1/2 damage. Okay. All right, okay, so I don't want to walk into the energy drain by accident. I hope that's legitimate that I'm looking that up. A good question about the length there, William. Feels like I wouldn't think that because you can cast it a long way, right? You can cast it like with near Jerini. I'm supposed to be able to cast it like 24 inches away or something like that. So I wouldn't think it would be counting the 24 against it. Okay, so this is Maelwin, so I definitely want to get into melee combat here. Okay, 5 damage. Rollin with a short sword, so he's going to be doing 1/2 damage, unfortunately. I'm trying to get him to the other side. Just Rollin is just a damage magnet. Can I turn this guy? Let's try it. Turn? Nothing happens. I think I'd rather hit this guy with Griffith than try to turn. Yeah, for 17. There you go. That's the right answer. Sword. A little sword play. So that's it, right? So it took 7 damage or whatever that was. What is there to take? A short bow, because we know that Juju zombies can in fact use bows or crossbows. Does everybody have a... Everybody's got a... Griffiths does not have a ranged weapon. I'm going to take that. Griffiths does not have a magic ranged weapon, is what I should say. So, of course, it was Rollin that took the damage, right? Various objects are scattered about. Will you pick them up? Yes? That doesn't feel good. That's the kind of thing a DM says and you just feel gross about. Yes? Like, normally, like, with loot, it doesn't have this kind of prompt. So that's weird. You gotta say yes, for Pete's sake. Yes? Oh, okay, all right. The fire just found treasure. Okay, great. 1,000 XP each. That was the right answer. Money? No, it's crap money. Fuck that. Sorry. Items? But Rollin. Okay, a potion, a wand, and 2 clerical scrolls. Let me take a wild guess. They're probably restoration scrolls. Take this. I don't know, give Malin the wand. Give Harton the scrolls. Have some more scrolls, Harton. Okay, and again, the money's nonsense. No. Let's heal Rollin. Oh, good roll. Griffith's making nice rolls tonight. And can I see what the scrolls are? What do? I gotta unready this. I gotta ready this scroll. I gotta put down the shield, ready it, use it. Yep. It's all restoration scrolls from here on. Let me just document that. Okay, so another restoration scroll, and let me guess, another restoration scroll. Okay, that's a ton of restoration scrolls. Admittedly, I can probably stop worrying about the level drain quite so much because I have literally a wheelbarrow of scrolls. That's a lot of clerical scrolls, and they're almost entirely all restorations. Okay, that's nice. Now the potion, I would have to go identify in town. And same with the wand, right? Okay. So just in camp, save, B game. Okay. All right, it's useful. It's gonna search here. Maybe there's more treasure. Okay. All right, that's okay. That's all right. A Juju zombie. Feel like I want one more encounter. So I've had 3 interesting indoor spaces. Am I pushing my luck here? I'm going to push my luck a little bit tonight. Actually, I got to switch my headphones because I'm running out of power. Alrighty. I think we're back here. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to do one more thing. Whatever it is. Just save this one more time while I'm outside the scary place. I should, what weird weather we've been having in New York. What was it, like 2 weeks ago that we had like a weekend where it was 90 degrees? And then, one thing that happened is my school turned on, the air conditioning units, and all of a sudden my office became frigid. The buses here in New York turned on the AC units, and I'm freezing my butt off on the buses. And immediately after the 90-degree weekend, it immediately dove back down to this like rainy, murky, 50 degrees at 40 or 50 degree days. So it's very, very confusing spring. Okay, what is this building? You find some undead, of course. What is that? Now those are those more zombies, or are those gonna be ghouls? I'm gonna clear them out, so I will hit combat. I hope they're not whites. That could be a white. Level drainy. Combat from a distance. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Am I going north now? Okay. Okay, so more zombies. All right. And some whites, like I figured. And what is that? Is that and a ghoul? You got all those things. How about all of those things all at once? Okay, this seems fireball-y to me. Oh, hey Slater. There's same thing in San Francisco. Weird. Sweating last week, and now cool this week. Yeah. Interesting. Well, that sounds good next week. But I think my weather forecast is just like a murky, rainy for the next week. Which for me, I actually don't mind. Everybody else hates that, but I actually do not mind this kind of like, I don't know, drizzly, spitting rain weather. Gets the riffraff off the streets. You know what I mean? usually just me out in that kind of weather. Yeah. Okay. This seems fireball. I mean, these are. I've got multiple level drain creatures and paralyzing creatures. Of course, you notice they're careful to split up, right? They got the level draining guys whites on one side, and they got the paralyzing ghouls on the far other side. So I can't catch both of them at the same time. So clever. Whatever the mastermind behind the undead is, they gave him the right directions. Have a fireball. Ah, crap. Don't, fuck! Alright, well there's the first level drain, which I hate. So do I have to keep record of this, or is the game gonna do it for me? Okay, so level drains. And that's how easy that is. And of course, just in case any like really young person who didn't play classic D&D is unfamiliar, that was it. You get hit, I lose a level permanently forever. There's no saving throw. It's just gone. And your only options are just get more experience or get a high-level cleric with a restoration spell. So that is very concerning. So, what should Roland do? Okay, so Roland's a damage magnet. Is he also a level drain magnet? Probably. That is gross. Let me get on the other side here so I can hopefully backstab. Nope. All right. Okay, so again, assuming this works like it's indoors, I want to focus on these whites. That right there, I'll catch all the whites. Catch most of the zombies, and will almost perfectly it's perfectly set up to not catch the ghouls. That is exactly how that's set up. 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's going to catch one. No, that is perfectly set up that if you get all the whites, you can't get any of the ghouls. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm just going to tap it here. I mean, okay, right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, actually right here, I think I'd get all the whites and I could get one of the ghouls. So I think I'm going to plant it here. Hey, Toothless Shark, thanks for checking in. Yeah, you probably recently joined because, like I say, my clerics are in fact carrying around wheelbarrows full of the restoration scrolls. However, you still lose all the experience progress even after you restore the level. That's useful to hear because I'm about to do that right now. Okay, bummer. All right. Good point. And it's interesting, that's one of those things where the book doesn't really say, right? The text doesn't really say one way or the other. So when you implement it in software, you've got to make a choice. So when I make my D&D simulators, like I'm constantly confronted with these same choices. I guess I'll probably do the same thing because you don't want to record. You don't want to have to record what the old experience was. So I guess that's really the only reasonable way to implement that. Anyway, here comes a fireball. Hopefully I get all the whites. I think I'm doing the right thing. I'm getting a lot more of that audio. that's a much louder fireball than it was on my earbuds. I'm getting the full fireball experience right this second. Oh, interesting. Oh, you get your experience back in the other games. Interesting. Okay, how about you start hitting the whites? I guess that's not great damage, is it? Huh, that is not taking the whites down. Okay, so there's the one ghoul I knew I was going to get. Wow, I hit all the whites with full damage and I didn't take any of them down. That's scary. That was not a good roll, was it? So 17 divided by 6 level, that's only, right, that's less than 3. That's less than 3 points per on each D6. I should have, like on average, I should be getting 21. All right, so at least take down this white before I suffer more level drainage. That's the plan here. Okay, that ought to... Damn, that still didn't do it. So these guys have 6. Now here's Griffith, who can potentially do like 18 points or some crazy stuff. Got 9, got 6. Let's tag this guy... Doesn't really matter, does it? Griffith's going to take one or the other one down. Other people are closer to this guy, so I will tap this guy. Hopefully I hit. Yeah, okay. Okay. Damn, they move fast. Shit. Okay, so Roland took a level drain. Man. Boy, that'll just ruin your whole day. I was feeling good, and then the level drains kick in. Now I'm not so... Okay, try to turn... Might as well try to turn. Right, because it affects lower... Right, it affects lower hit die ones first, right? Do I dare get into melee? Should I be... I mean... I'd have to... If hypothetically, if I did ranged, I'd have to use magic... I'd have to use magic arrows, and I've only got 5. So I'm going to push my luck a little bit and get into melee. Boy, I don't like Nirjarini being adjacent to one of those guys. Oh, that was crappy. Oh, boy. That guy's attacking Nirjarini. They had 6. This seems like a job for Magic Missile. Rollin. Oh! 21 points. Holy gamoly. Okay. Well, now I'm glad I brought you along. That was... that was my favorite kind of kill. The over variety. That's good, right? Okay. All right. I took 2 level drains. Is that unless I miscounted there? I took 2. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, I'm gonna focus on the major threat with the ghouls here. Oh, that's not good. Scored 1 point of damage. Nice. Hey, NPR. You may be more excited about it than I am. I've just taken 2 level drains. Should I turn? I think I just want to hit this guy. Why am I only doing 1? Do blunt weapons work poorly against zombies? Is that the deal now? I guess it's probably the inverse of how skeletons work, eh? Okay, I'm just going to guard here. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so that was... Okay, that could have been worse. So, what, 4 whites? Right, that's the main thing I was worried about. 2 ghouls, a whole bunch of zombies. So, fireballed the bunch of them. Scored poorly on the fireball damage. Took some hits from the white. So I got 2 level drains here. Yeah, we fought 1 Juju zombie like about 30 minutes ago. Right, half damage from blunt and edged weapons, I think. Blunt and piercing weapons is what it said. So you can still hit it with an axe or something. And these are just normal zombies, but I guess they are resistant to the blunt weapons, I guess. Yeah, oh, please, I can open up a restoration shop is what I should do. Right, I should open up a body shop where we do restoration work. Okay, I think that's the end of the fight, right? Okay, so a little bit of XP, no treasures, so get out of here. Yeah, okay, so now we're kicking in with Ye Olde Restoration. So Cadell took it. So question number 1, does it visible on the... Looks like there's no record of being level drained. So I have to record that and remember. And Rollin took it. As expected, right? Status okay. Okay, so Harton will view. How do I use it now? Oh, I always do that, right? The reason Harton was doing 1 hit point of damage is he didn't have any weapon. He was hitting him with the scroll. He was banging on him with the scroll tube. Good point, MPR. Good point. Let's encamp, save, B. Great point. And then, okay, then I can restore. I can use them in the camp. Items. This thing, right? So pretty much almost every single one of these scrolls here is a restoration scroll. So I certainly have a lot of. I certainly have a lot of bench strength on that. So use this, cast this on Cadell. Cadell's restored. So he ought to be back to 5/5. And then cast the other part on Rollin. Rollin is restored. Fantastic. Okay, and that's what they're there for. And I have a lot more. I have a lot more where that came from. Still, you hate to see it. You hate to see the level drain. So there you go. Okay, so I think the way I normally play D&D is I actually require my players to go back to town. So I think that I am going to make my way out here, get back to town, and then be sure that I'm able to get my hit points back, my spells back, and my resources before I play next time. So I guess this will take me at least 2 sessions to get through Valhingen Graveyard. So my current goal is get out. What's the safest way to do that? I guess I'm going to try to. I'm just going to go back around the perimeter the way I came. You'd rather drain ability scores. So you must be a big fan of the shadows that traditionally drain strength. I'm just trying to safely get out. I know I've been this way before. I think it's here, right? Great. Okay. That's Valhingen Graveyard. It's weird that it's got a permanent nightmare cloud lightning storm over it. But I guess your cursed magical graveyard. I guess that's what you get. Small boat. Boat me, brother. Okay, so we're back. We're back in town. Permanent storm clouds are always cool. They're literally always a cold front. But we just call that Gary, Indiana. That's great. That's great. Let me save this. So I'm going to save this as my A game here. So, okay. So I'm going to call that successful enough. You knew that we weren't going to completely avoid all the level drains. The Spectre fight was neat. So of course Spectres drain 2 levels, and if you weren't watching that, I think in the first hour, Nirjarini managed to, in the first round, take out the wand of lightning, and I was debating, is this worth a charge? And managed to do the bounce, which is the first time I'd seen that in the game. Do the bounce lightning ball and actually hit a Spectre twice and eliminate it just based on that one shot. So I'm perfectly happy to avoid possible multiple drainage that way. I think that was worthwhile, one charge on that, and fought a ton of skeletons and a lot of zombies, and took 2 level drains. So I had to use 1 of those scrolls to recover from that. So all right, that's what they're there for. All right, I feel like that's doable. I was worried about the great. For some reason, the first time that I was running into undead in the Cadorna textile house, I was getting just completely jammed up by them. Just totally, completely jammed up by them. Maybe it was like ghouls paralyzing half my party or something like that. It was right. It was because in the Cadorna textile house, you get jumped by these groups of 1 white plus a bunch of ghouls, as wanderers. And I think I got jumped once, twice, 3 times, and I was totally blocked by it. So here in Valhingen Graveyard at this level, at least I'm making progress. So that kind of assuages my biggest concerns about that. So William, you drain XP, you drain experience, but not levels. Yeah. It's true. That is one of the pain points of level drains, actually, is the math mid-combat, right? And I think it's funny because I think in third edition, they had this thing of they had this notion of a temporary negative level. So you were tagged with this condition called the negative level, and I think the text just said everything is now -1, right? So your hits, your saves, your ability checks, whatever, they're all at -1, and then after the game, after the encounter is over, then you make a second saving throw, right? When you're out of combat, you make a second saving throw, and either the negative level just goes away, or it becomes permanent level drain, and you can do all the actual math. And I think that, I never really, I don't think I've consciously thought about it, but I think I find when that happens, when the level drain happens in my games, I think I just say blurt out to the player basically the same thing. I say, okay, you're down a level, everything's -1. And I think I almost accidentally just wind up blurting out the 3rd edition rule to kind of keep the pace up. I don't know if people hate that or not, but I guess that's the rut that I've fallen into with the level drain. Yeah, I cleared out the textile house earlier. I got over that hump, but boy, I think there was 2 sessions where I had a real problem with that. Yeah. Yeah. So you're right. I'm probably 3 levels higher, so it makes a big difference. Yeah. Okay. You don't mind that 3rd edition negative level rule? Yeah. I don't use that terminology, but I guess I just accidentally do the same thing in my games nowadays. Cool. Okay. I'm glad I'm not violating anybody's sensibilities by handling it that way. So I'm gonna knock off for the night. So thank you guys for checking in here near the end of the week here. So I enjoy this game. Honestly, I've actually been really enjoying this game. I like getting in touch with the classic AD&D rules. I think that they have made a lot of good decisions. Tonight I'm a little mystified why the lightning bolt has an area of 5 inches. 5 inches long, but that's fine. You know what? Lightning bolt did so well against the Spectre. That was the bounce with the lightning bolt was fantastic. Because there's a bit of a debate you can have there about, okay, so the rules say it bounces. Do you get the damage twice? I think I know many DMs that would say no. Even if you hit something twice, you don't get the damage twice. And there might be, I bet there's sage advice. I bet there's an old sage advice column that I bet says you don't get it twice. I could be wrong. Yeah, that's exactly it, NPR, is I'm totally getting good right when it's going to end. I finally have gotten proficient with the interface and the rules and everything, and that will be in my past. So I don't know, I'm thinking about, can I queue up for the sequel? You can forward your characters, but my characters aren't optimized with the ability scores so great. So yeah, okay, Michael, I'm so sorry you missed that. I know I'm a little bit early, right? I used to do it later, and I'm doing it earlier on Thursdays just to sync up with when we do Book of War on Thursdays. So feel free to go back. Don't give Michael any spoilers. If you go and see the video on either Twitch or YouTube where we've got archived. Okay, so I'm glad you're suggesting that, Toothless Shark. Is Curse of the Azure Bonds is something that has a lot of mindshare, and it was very, very popular, and I think won awards. And so that is the thing that kind of attracts my eye of possibly the Azure Bonds. I hear about that a lot. Yeah, maybe that. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, and Paul and I will be back this Sunday for more Wandering DMs talk show, and I'll be back next Thursday with another session with Gamma Dan of Book of War. And last time, I don't know if you saw it last time, but last time we zoomed in and actually wound up playing D&D for our solo versus solo games when they happen. So that's literally the first time I've ever done that, even though that's been in the books for Chainmail and original D&D and everything, Swords and Spells for 50 years. In theory, I always knew that that's the best way to do it, but I've never actually done that in the middle of a war game. So first time I've ever did that was last week. And we're thinking about, my shorthand D&D stats for the high-level solo heroes. And we're also possibly going to tweak with how happy we are with the targeting the super long-range fireballs, because that was a critical thing last time in that. So we might be testing out some new rules possibly maybe next week. So hope you join us with that and see how that goes. No spoilers. I said no spoilers. We'll accept that one. That's okay. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So I will get back to those. Get back to those comments. Thank you for that, NPR. Good reminder. I have a lot on my plate at the moment. So if I'm behind on messages or emails or Discord or comments on the YouTube screen, I apologize, and I'm going to try really, really hard to get back to those. So thank you for the heads up on that. All right. So see you guys next time, hopefully, and take care, and see you later in the week. Have a good time, everybody.